Well, I got a woman way out of town. She's good to me. Oh yeah, I got a woman way out of town. She's good to me. Oh yeah, she give money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's the kind of friend indeed. Well, I got a woman way out of town. She's good to me. Oh yeah, says I love him early in the morning just for me. Oh yeah, says I love it early in the morning just for me. Oh yeah, she's the baby, don't you understand? Oh, I love it, I love it, man. Well, I got a woman way out of town. She's good to me.
What up? I'm excited about tonight. That was, of course, Genesis Z and the Black Mambas Sports Fan Band.
That's right, my brother.
And they're going to be down in Firestone on the
On Thursday, man. Gotta go check them out.
If you're out there,
Firestone.
be sure to
Go
check
check
that
them out on Thursday. They'll be down there.
Yeah. At PM. 8 p.m. So get down there.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
All right, go see Genesis Z Black Mama Sports Fan Band.
9 p.m.
At Firestone, Riverfront, Thursday, 9 p.m.
And we're going to do a lot more promoting and everything else, but let me take the time to introduce everybody freshly back from the beaches of Hawaii.
Hawaii.
The Rev with the truth. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
You and the wife have a good time over
Oh
there?
yeah, we had a good time. We had a real good time.
Yeah, I saw you hula dancing.
No, I'm who damn.
That wasn't
out of
you.
grass.
That wasn't you.
That wasn't me. That was
I
not
think
me.
Dab's got some video.
It wasn't me.
It might be.
Wasn't me. Allegedly.
We're going to talk a little bit about the truth here a little bit later on because we got the basketball. You're dying to get into it. Before we get to that, let me go and introduce the guy with all the stats, the solid stats, Mr. Dorian Bell. Yeah.
Sports fans, what up? We're going to have a good night tonight, man. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about some NFL stats. We're going to talk about some street ball legend tour stats. We're going to talk about the top 50 NBA players of all time history.
Oh, top
man, we're
50.
going to have a great show tonight, brother.
Oh, so you don't want to talk about LeBron James?
Oh, we're going to talk about LeBron.
How you going to talk about top 50? What you going to?
You say he's 61.
We're going to talk to the top 61. And, of course, sitting beside me, formerly of the Harlem Globetrotters, Mr. Joe Richmond. Yeah. And, of course, I always give you the opportunity because I want this. It's very important to work with the kids, and you do that more than anybody I know, you and your brother Mike. And I want to be sure to get it out there that you guys have a clinic that goes on every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
At Brookside, right there on Route 4, Route 72. And guess what? The Rev is back, so y'all can come out there and holler at him and talk about his truth from last week. But come on out there, kids ages 8 to 14, boys and girls, only $5. Solid stats.
Yeah, I don't agree with the price.
Come on, man.
But he's doing it to help the kids. Obviously, you know, solid stats don't got anything to do with it. It's a lot more than $5.
Come on out and have a good time. Bring your kids. We're talking about basketball skills and life skills.
He gives them drinks and everything
We
else.
charge for concessions.
You get water.
No.
We charge for
Gatorade, water.
Hey, for $5.
You heard it from the Rev.
Yeah, you get
Water.
Yeah, bottled water's all right too. My name's Tim Qualls, and my job is to fill the time when we need to. But I think we've got the time filled tonight because we got
we're gonna be all right,
show
Tim.
for you. We got Dorian told me not to get into any Tim Qualls show.
Yeah, this ain't the Tim Qualls show. This
I'm glad you told him.
man, unbelievable.
Hey, I was Red one here. I had to stretch out the show a
This ain't
little
the Tim
bit.
Qualls show.
But Mike's in the house along with Nate. Maybe we get Nate up here a little bit and chit chat with him too. Because,
Yes, sir.
That Temple team was a good team.
Yeah, when you
It was a good team.
get a legend like a local Temple back in the day, and still, yeah, you know, they have their years up and down, but when he was there, a very good team. They,
very good team.
They got into the show, I believe.
Yeah. I'd have gave him the business, but they don't get you.
You said something about you dunked on him quite a bit and all.
I'd have dunked on him 3-4 times.
Rev dunked on, he dunked on Malone, all of them.
Everybody.
Cookies and milk. Cookies and milk.
We're going to get right into it because the NBA championship series is going on. Everybody, I don't know why they played the season out, because everybody knew this is where it was going to come down to, and it's happening right now. They was in Golden State up there and you know, at home, and they're putting a whooping on.
They put a whooping.
This series is going to go 7. You heard it here, it's going to go 7.
I
mean, everybody excited right now.
7 minutes.
Remember what happened last year?
7 days at least. They gonna drag it out. They gonna drag it out.
They got 7 more days.
Listen, can't get too caught up in NBA basketball. It costs NBA way too much money not allow this thing to go 7. I think they'll figure out a way to get it there. Either the whistle's going to get swallowed or the whistle's going to get spit out. But something's going to happen. This game is 7.
Well,
you remember this right now. I said it right here on Sports Fans. That series is going to 7.
You're not going to blow out that Cleveland team every. At home, I can understand it. At home with the crowd and getting all that. I mean, Cleveland stayed with them in the first half last night. Good ball game.
Cleveland will win that next game. I'll tell you that much.
They just pulled away from them, shut down. You know, they really were put a shutdown as far as I'm concerned on LeBron last night.
Well, before Rev get into it, I just want to say that if it's going to be anything, some guys got to show up. I have no clue what Corver's doing. I got no clue what Tristan Thompson's doing. I got no clue what J.R. Smith is doing. I got no clue what Iman Shumpert. I got no clue what Tyronn Lewis doing. I mean, something's got to happen, but I'm thinking as they get home, maybe that changes some things. But right now, as it looks, I mean, come on.
The game got to be played.
There was some history made. There was some history made last night as well. First team that ever lost, it had a guy go, I believe it was double-double or triple-double, or
two guys and triple-double.
Yeah, 3 guys, and it was a high-scoring ball game. I mean, you know.
Well, you can't give up 130. You can't give up 130 points and expect to beat Golden State. I know you got something to say. Go ahead, Rev.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rev. What you got to say, Rev?
LeBron James had a good night.
As Rev tried to tell y'all before, LeBron James is a good basketball player.
He makes some good sneaks too, don't he, Rev?
He makes some good sneaks.
How do you know? How do you know he makes some good sneaks?
He's a good basketball player. But as the eye test showed you last night, he's not the best basketball player. We saw who the best basketball player on that court was last night. KD was the best basketball player on that court last night.
I'm gonna tell you what, Kevin Durant looked hungry.
He put it together.
He looked hungry. It's like he got a wide open lane every time.
Well, I saw him going on his back shooting and making the ball foul after foul.
Did you see how many blocks he had? He had 5 blocks last night. KD is the best player on that court. Second best player, Curry. Third best player, let's give it to LeBron James.
But
I thought you would give it to the refs first. I know.
I know one block on LeBron there going up for a layup when he snatched that out of his hand. I think that's when the game changed right then and there, because it's like kind of sucked the wind right out of LeBron at that, because it was like, hey, wait a minute, where do I, you know? And from that point,
when you think about it, what can Cleveland do? Let's get all seriousness. You can't
recruit Kevin Durant.
You can't double team. You can't double team anybody on that team. You can't leave Durant open, right? If when Durant's driving down the middle, you can't double. He's gonna kick out. He's gonna kick out to those shooters, right? You run out to the shooters, Durant's gonna score. How do they get better? Can they get better?
Golden State is the better team.
Yeah.
No question about that.
How can they compete though?
How can they compete? No, they can't. They're up against a better team. But the Rev only point was, who looked like the best player?
On the court?
On the court.
Kevin Durant looks like the best player in the series right now.
And to your point, it's hard because when you look at Golden State, everybody touches the ball on every possession.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's a fast break or a quick 3. But when they get their half-court set, everybody's touching the ball. When Cleveland getting their half-court set, one guy's got the ball, the rest of them standing around waiting. And if they, man, I ain't see a guy stand around clap for the ball on the 3-point line till we played in the league at 302 on Sundays. that's what we do. You at the NBA championship, you should have some type of strategy.
You had a good game. Kevin Love had a good game.
Oh, he's had 2 good games.
Yeah,
he's had 2 great games.
Kevin Love's a baller.
But they tightened things up a little bit when they put Kevin Love. I believe they moved him to Durant for a little bit and took LeBron off of him, and that kind of shut down Durant what little bit you could shut him down. It didn't stop him, but it slowed him down.
Kevin Durant is eating candy out there, man.
Yeah,
it's a picnic for him.
Well, he's
doing it easy.
Yeah, he's having fun.
Yeah.
He smells that championship.
Yeah.
And I think
as he should. He wants that ring. Yeah.
So overall, I don't know. So you think I think that they figure out a way to win the next game.
Yeah, I think Golden State in 6.
You think Golden State in 6?
Yeah.
I think it ended up going to 7.
If Cleveland gonna win the game, they're gonna win this next one.
Right.
I think
they're gonna win the game.
I think it depends on how they win. If they come out and they blow Golden State out the water, then we got a series. You can't sleep.
I'm hoping for a series.
It's hard to, you know, LeBron James, man, come on. It's going to be a tough out. I don't think it's going to be easy as what we think it is. They got blown out twice last year, same thing. It's a little different now, right, with KD, but the same thing. It was down 3-1 last year.
Yeah, they had Harrison Barnes. They had KD last year. I mean, come on, man.
Last year, LeBron called up commissioner, crying, got Green suspended. Whole different story this year.
Tough ball game. So
Whole different story, and it's not close. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that bothered me about the game. I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but at the I think it was 3:47. Lou takes all the players out, saying that I quit. We give up. You don't ever give up in no championship series. I don't care how many points you down.
I don't think it's so much he said I quit. I think someone said, you know what, I got nothing else. I might as well try this. Because he's been clueless from the beginning, Coach. Come on, Rev, he's been clueless from day one.
If it's a one-game series, I know what you're saying as far as, think about it, but I kind of agree with you. If it's a one-game series, then you pull them out, but it's a 7-game series. They had no shot to come back in that game. It was over.
I think Tyronn Lue
so
said,
if they get behind in this next game, then you're going to just say, okay, it's over and go home.
No. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If Cleveland loses next game, LeBron James going to get hurt.
Really? He gonna pull Isaiah Thomas. He gonna pull Isaiah Thomas.
Twist the ankle. He's something gonna fall out.
Man. He doesn't like to lose.
He does. He hates that.
I remember back when he was at Cleveland before, when they were trying to get there, and if they were getting blown out like that, he would shut down.
He would shut down. Yeah. If they lose the third game, he gonna get hurt.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see and everything. So, but you guys time to still come up here and get some Rev doing. What's the truth going to be about tonight?
You know it's going to be about LeBron James and KD.
You know that.
I've been trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you.
Well, just like the NBA, they got some great sponsors, and so do we.
Yeah, we got some fantastic sponsors. One of them's Game Changers right here.
Game Changers.
Yeah, we're here every Monday night. Come on down, 7 o'clock. You never know who's going to be in the house. Next week, we got a great show for you. Great lineup coming in. We got some guests coming over. Who we got coming over?
We got the one, the only. Mr. Lynn Grebb will be in the building.
L2 Exposure.
Yes, his father, Hal Grebb, one of the greatest players of all time.
Oh, yeah.
The one and only Mr. Leonard Stewart will be in the game.
Right.
Do your history and Google those names. Mr. Leonard Stewart, Temple Greats are coming to the building. Temple Greats are coming. And we got a surprise appearance. He'll be here. Yes, go and do your homework. The one and only Georgetown legend, Michael Madman Graham, will be in the building. Mike Graham will be in the building. We got a crazy lineup.
Eat all the boards.
Sports fans. I think Graham will need a bodyguard next week.
Man, please.
Yeah, that's
Graham will get dunked on.
That's next week. But this week here,
Graham will get dunked on.
this week here, you still have time to jump in your car, those Facebook fans, drive down here, because we got legends in the building right now. We got Big Mike over here, Mike Rich, of course, the Harlem Globetrotters before that, Dallas Mavericks, and went over the seas and played and everything, along with Nate, another Temple, all-star.
Right here at Game Changers.
They're here tonight. We're going to try to get one of them up here and chit-chat with them, if not both of them. We're going to take a quick break and pay for everything. Want to thank Auto Team Delaware.
Auto Team Delaware.
All their expertise.
Always.
Auto Team Delaware. We're going to stretch this thing out all the way.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Auto Team Delaware real quick.
Oh, yeah, you got to go over there, man. Pennsylvania Avenue, all right? Cadillac's been there 100 years, Incredible. April's going to take care of you at Subaru. Like Tim says every week, it don't matter if you pay your cable bill, go see him over there at Kia. Daps know, our producer, he got to get a car over there.
Yeah, well,
so we'll take care of you over there.
I told that story last week.
You got the Cadillac, Ram got the Cadillac over there.
I told that story last week. He went over there, had him in one car, and then found out that car car wasn't that good of a car.
They didn't want to sell them a clunker.
Yeah, man, they said
took
no.
care of them.
Yeah, that night you ain't getting into that. We can put you in a better, put them in a better car.
That's called integrity.
That's stand up.
That's called integrity.
A lot of good stuff coming up too, man. They got the on the Italian festival coming up, the big auto show.
Yes.
They got the race cars, WRX STI race car, rally cars to be up there at Delaware Subaru too.
During the Italian
Drive that right there.
Well, that's right behind the church there. That's where it's all at, right there.
Oh, everything's all right behind the Italian festival. I go over there, man, every year, man. It's good.
Yeah,
I love it.
Good food and everything else. So, but good cars. So you definitely want to check that out.
That's right.
And Daps is telling me we got to stretch it out. So it's a good time for Joe to remind everybody what you do on Saturdays, Joe.
Every Saturday, come on out. The Rev is back from Hawaii without the hula skirt. He says he's going to be back. He never did it, but he's going to be there to teach you. And kids, you know how the Rev is. Every Saturday, I think I'm going to get solid stats out there this Saturday. We're going to come out there, weather permitting, from 11 to 12:30, ages 8 to 14, boys and girls. Man, Rev, you missed it. We had a young lady her dad drove her all the way over from New Jersey.
Whoa.
$5.
$5.
We're gonna talk about some of the top. I'm not to cut you off on the $5. Every time y'all talking that low price, I get discombobulated a little bit. Discombobulated.
If Dorian was having $25.
Yeah, I had 3 people there, $75 a piece. Top street ballers. We was gonna talk about that. I guess before we go to break, we was gonna talk about about because we're doing the street ball event. I know you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sir.
Get everybody excited. But Angel Cruz,
Well,
man.
that means we are
right back.
going to break.
Sportsman!
Whatever you want to do, it's alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. I'm with you to sing. Since we've been together, loving you forever, it's what I need. Let me be the one I can run into. I'll never be on.
Sports fans, I'm down here at Kia Wilmington talking to my main man, Larry Price. Larry, good to see you, man.
Good. How are you today?
Good, man. I can't complain. Listen, I want to talk a little bit about Kia, talk a little bit about the product and where you guys came from, man. I remember at one point, people talk about Kia, they didn't necessarily want to buy one. Tell me some of the things that changed.
Well, Kia's been a long journey. Starting back in 1994, when we only had the Sportage and the Sophia. It was a car in the market that really everybody felt was a little cheap. But today, I tell you what, we can compete on every market segment of every vehicle car, all the way up to the Cadenza, the K900, which can compete with a BMW 7 Series.
These cars look good.
Also, you have the Sedona for the van person. You have a Sportage, which is in the middle of the SUV. And then, of course, we have our Sorento with a 3rd row seat. V6, we have a 4-cylinder with gasoline direct injection. All of these vehicles will get you good gas mileage, up to 30 miles a gallon.
Nice. Kia has one of the longest warranty in the industry. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, our warranty is the best. It pretty much doubles everybody with the exception of Hyundai, which is a cousin.
Okay.
Now, that warranty gives you 5 years, 60,000 miles compared to everybody's 3-year 36.
Wow.
5-year 60 comprehensive, bumper to bumper. Plus, you get the 10-year, 100,000 miles engine and powertrain. That gives you a very long time while you're paying for your car to be covered with no hassles.
Hey man, that's awesome stuff. You guys got a good reputation. I talk about you all the time on Sports Fans. Give me an idea of what a customer can expect when he comes in to see you.
Well, I've got to say, I've been here since they opened this Kia store in 2009. I want to say that one of the things that we do here in Kia Wilmington is we do everything that we do for our Cadillac store and our Subaru store. What we'll do for the busy customer who has to get service, we'll give them a loaner car.
Nice.
And if you have a major problem, we'll do a drop-off and pickup. Not to mention, we try to treat everybody here like they're at home. We have a nice waiting area. We try to give you complimentary drinks.
Where we located again?
1606 Pennsylvania Avenue.
1606 Pennsylvania Avenue. Come see my man Larry Price at Kia Wilmington. Sports Fans.
Game Changers, located on Route 40 in Newark and Elizabeth Plaza, is one of the only crab houses in the area. Now with a brand new patio for outside dining for many seafood dishes, featuring the best crab cakes in town, to shrimp, clams, oysters, crabs, you name it. Happy hours from 11 to 6 with a $5 menu. And you can get $1 colossal shrimp, $1 fried oysters, and all-you-can-eat crabs all day, every day. Plus, Bud and Corona Lake draft specials all day long. Game Changers. Come down and see us.
Genesis E and the Black Mamas as they do it each and every week, the Sports Fan Band.
That's right, you got it.
Yeah, we'll be sure and come on down and join us. We get started at 7 o'clock every Monday night. Joe Richmond down here with me from the Harlem Globetrotters, solid stats with Dorian Bell, and of course Rev bringing the truth. And we're going to get into something a little bit different because when we talk sports, we want to try to cover everything. You know, baseball season's going on. We're going to start covering a little bit of that. But I know we only want to talk about the major leagues because we got a lot of little league teams. Nothing better than having some kids come on to the show and talk about their teams, brag. You know, my son, I got to put a little thing out there this week. He played a soccer game, scored 2 goals, and they won 2-1, and he beat his old coach.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing better than beating your old coach. You know about that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I know about that.
He dunked on him, too.
Yo, you know, the best thing in the world, once the kids, man, you work real hard for them, first thing they do is say, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, well, he come over and said,
first thing they do.
Well, I had to correct him. He came over and jumped in my lap after the game and said, they won because of me, Dad. I'm like, nope, son. Yeah, I mean, you don't win if that team ain't out there keeping them, right. You know. Yeah, so, you know, but it's getting them involved, Joe. We talk about it each and every week. It's important to let the TV people know. I know we tell Facebook people this over and over again while we're on breaks, but it's important to let the TV people know you work with the kids every Saturday.
But you know, Rev had a truth about 2 shows back, and he talked about us getting the kids involved. And I know it sounds like an old cliche, but it's the truth. We have to get the kids involved. And here at Sports Fans, every Saturday, Brookside, Route 4, Route 72, right there in the corner. You'll see us out there every Saturday from 11 to 12:30 with the kids 8 to 14. So come on out. Me and the Rev, Big Mike, we come out there, great coaches, teaching them basketball skills and life skills.
That's right.
Man, we have a great time.
Yeah,
$5.
If Dorian's at the gate, tell him it's $5.
Yeah, please do.
He'll try to hit you for $75 a head.
Yeah, you see a guy in a bow tie and shorts, just tell him it's still $5.
Yeah. Real quick, because we started to talk about it before we went to break.
Street ball legends, man.
Street ball legends.
Yeah, man, we got to give it up though, because we got a big street ball, the Sports Fan street ball team, playing against like the New York City All-Stars.
Yes, sir.
And so, hey, listen, as a matter of fact, we're going to talk about that. About if you want to try out for the Sports Fan team, contact Sports Fans right here on Facebook and let us know if you want to play with the squad.
July 8th.
July 8th, we're going to be at Newark High School. We're going to beat them New York City Ballers. That's what
yeah.
Raise a little money for charity.
Number 1 street baller all time is.
Who you got there?
The Rams.
I knew that was.
What was your nickname?
The Rams. They call me Ram Love.
Because you was blessing guys on the court.
I was sending them to heaven.
Speaking of that, let's talk about that. Connie Hawkins. Let's talk about some of the top. My top 5, and tell me you guys agree you want to jump in this. But Connie Hawkins was one of the top street ball legends of all time. Before the ABA or NBA jersey, Hawk name already rung bells. You know, he came up playing guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all these guys. He was a true street ball legend. I don't know if they still got guys like that that's on the street. You agree or disagree, you put them in top 5, maybe not, maybe not.
Right.
And then we got Julius Erving.
Come on.
Dr. J was a street ball legend. We could talk about
the league by himself.
Now, my pops, Walter Dixon, would play Doc and dunking on Doc sometimes. real story. That's real story.
Yeah, unlike the Revs dunking on.
Pee Wee Kirkland. Everybody know Pee Wee Kirkland, man.
Legend.
So legendary street ball baller, real true street baller. So we excited about our street ball. Let's see if we get some names like that out here. And then the Pearl Manigault, man.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
The greatest of all
I don't know
time.
if it's true. They said he jumped and touched the quarter, grabbed the quarter off the top of the backboard.
And left change.
That's what they that's what they talk about. And then number one, now listen, it's funny. This guy could have made it to the NBA, didn't play in the NBA, maybe didn't need to go to the NBA. Joe Hammond.
They said he was making money on the streets, but he was unreal.
Joe Hammond. So, there's some like street
Joe
ball.
Money Hammond.
Money Hammond.
You got other guys that made it to the pros, in our era, Rayford Austin, guys like that.
Skip to Malou. Yes.
These guys made it on the.
And we know that And1 made it famous on the tour.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because street balling's been going on for a long time, but we really didn't hear about it until M1 and the different ones came.
Y'all didn't hear about it.
Right.
You was watching M1 back in the day.
Listen, I was street ball watching when I was 3.
Because the main street ball, Rutgers is considered street ball, so that's where that list comes from. But guys that are coming up, we got some of the legends. We have the one and only, the Future will be here July 8th.
Future will be here.
The one and only, White Chocolate will be in the building. Come on, Delaware, y'all know the last time he came, he dropped like 56.
That ain't gonna happen this year, baby.
73.
It ain't gonna happen this year.
We got my man Miles High in the building, jumps out of the building from Denver when he migrated to New York City, so he still carries the name Miles High. And my man you seen him on Ball Up, you seen him on TV, my man Africa be in the building. And then we got some Harlem Globetrotter players coming, having some fun, but you gotta see our sports fans all-star team, and it's going down.
I'm led by the Red, baby, the best player all time.
I'm running small forward on that team.
Well, let me ask you a question then. When you talk about street ballers and everything, would you say the Harlem Globetrotters came out of that as more or less like street ballers? I mean, I saw a video you posted up. It was really shocked me where they took on the Los Angeles Lakers way back when and showed them how to play, and that reminded me of street balling.
But you know what? It was a little bit more barnstormy type of street balling. Yeah. So they went from place to place where that street balling back then was one centralized location, and that's the only difference in it. They got opportunity to go out and go around and show everyone, but the street ball that we're talking about was really
like the Sunny
money
Hill
and
League.
birth in New York City, Rutgers Playground, the Baker League that Rev and I was talking about, and then everybody knows up in LA the Drew League, which is, unreal. That is like the mecca of basketball.
Now, do a lot of pros as they come off of that? Do they come into and become pros? I heard you say somebody could have been.
There was a time where pro players would come and be part of the league. They would actually play in the league.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you actually see pro players come in the league. I mean, everybody. Yeah. I remember seeing Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
He played in the Baker League.
He played in the Baker League.
Played against Big Mike in the Baker League. Charles Barkley. Yes, sir. Charles Barkley said somebody else stick Richmond. He running too much for me.
Right.
I'll never forget that. Right. Gene Banks at the Baker League.
Yeah.
But those were the things that we talked about. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you go to the Rucker now, the NBA has actually put a real basketball court at the Rucker Playground.
Yeah.
It's a wood court there now.
I know that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Switching gears, we're going to go back and forth with this show because, we got the big street ball tournament coming up. We're excited about
July
that.
8th.
We're going to have a free throw shooting contest.
We're going to have a lot of
Well, you guys keep talking about this. Let's fill it in a little bit because I'm kind of confused. I hear you. Now, it's July 8th.
July 8th.
Where are we going to have it at?
Newark High School.
Newark High School.
Come down there. Tim's going to referee. He's going to wear his referee outfit.
Oh, you guys are losing.
His favorite referee outfit that he wears around the house.
I started to wear one here tonight because I ran back in town.
You got it on under your clothes.
Yeah, get me a whistle and the whole work. But it's going to take place what time, guys?
So Newark High School, July 8th, we said it's going to be
from 1 to 6.
Yeah, there you go.
We have preliminary game, South Jersey, All-Stars high school group coming in, the boys and the girls. One team is taking on Delaware, and the other team is taking on Philly. So come on out, watch the pregame, and then the main event. Main event.
Yeah, we talk a lot of trash here. We have a lot of players on the show, and we talk about, does Delaware have some real talent as far as some ballers is concerned, and can they compete with the likes of Philadelphia and New Jersey? So we're gonna find out July 8th. New York City All-Stars against the Sports Fans All-Stars. So
Now open to the public? The public come watch the games? And
$15 a ticket.
At the door, $10 in advance. You can come up here to Sports Fans. Tickets will be available next week on the Sports Fans Show. We're going to be giving tickets away. We're going to be having some fun. Facebook Live, you can come up here and get your tickets. Facebook Live, you can come right here next Monday and pick up your tickets. Come on out, see the Rev, see Solid Stance. Joe Richmond, I'll just be running my mouth.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of excited about this because, you know, you guys been talking about it, and all of a sudden you put it together. I mean, it's happening July the 8th. So, but you still open up to get player if you're a baller out there.
Yeah, we're talking about that. We got a couple times. We got like 3 spots that we need to fill.
The Sports Fans All-Star team.
So if you want to come out and audition for the team, that's a possibility.
Doesn't matter if you're a male or female. Corporate. If you can play ball, come on out.
Oh man, this
represent.
You heard it on
it's
Sports
Delaware, baby. You know how we do up here. We big time.
Plenty of music, plenty of fun, plenty of prizes, plenty of giveaways. Come on out July 8th. Watch the Sports Fans All-Stars. Oh, the All-City's gonna be there too.
All-City gonna be there.
Oh, I forgot about the All-City League. They say they got some players that's gonna be on that Sports Fans playing team. So Rev, are you coaching or you playing?
I'm playing.
Uh-oh.
I'm still dunking.
You heard it here.
Somebody gonna get dunked on.
You heard it here.
Somebody gonna get dunked on.
I tell you what, I'm buying a ticket next week for $10. I don't want to pay $15 to see him dunk. I will pay $10 to see him dunk that basketball.
I'm still dunking.
Sure. I'm looking forward to that.
Where Nate Blackwell at? Yeah.
So we're gonna bring Nate up here in a minute because Nate was a legend. Was Nate a street baller before you?
When you talk about top players, playground, all-time, Philadelphia, and abroad, Nate Blackwell's name will come up in the top 10 every time.
Every time.
So he was out there too.
Yes,
I know you and your brother were out there. They always sent you home though.
Yeah, they always sent me home. Yeah, I was at the bottom 10.
You and Rodney Dangerfield. No respect. But you know, there's a lot more stats and everything else when you talk about street ballers. I keep thinking you can looking over my shoulder. I think somebody's gonna come up and hit me in the back of the head.
I can't wait to bring Nate Blackwell up. I'm gonna tell him I used to trade his basketball card.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I didn't get much. But I'm gonna tell him I traded Nate Blackwell card. I remember I put him in like a 3-team trade.
Oh yeah.
I got Mookie Blaylock. You know.
Mookie was alright. I
gotta make sure I let Nate know I got Mookie Blaylock.
Yeah, well, we're gonna come back, bring up Nate if he'll come up real quick and everything, chit chat with him. But we'll be back with more
Sports Fans. You got me next.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. All the misery was necessary when we deep enough. Of this I know. She told me don't you worry about it. Told me don't you worry no more. We both knew we can't go without it. Told me you'll never be alone. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. I can feel my face when I'm with you.
Sports fans, what's up? I told you I was coming down to Delaware Cadillac. This building's been here 100 years. That's incredible. I'm down here with my main man, John Danzy. John Danzy, what's up?
Dorian, how are you, buddy?
I'm excited, man. I'm glad to be here. Listen, now I talk about Cadillac all the time on Sports Fans.
Right.
And I talk about this place being here 100 years. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Delaware Cadillac has been here since 1916.
Wow.
And actually, up until 1966 was the sole distributorship for the Delmarva Peninsula.
Wow.
Until in 1982, the current ownership took over, and now it's known as Delaware Cadillac.
Man, that's incredible. Let me ask you a quick question. Now, when I think about Cadillac, I think about luxury. What are some of the things people can expect when they walk into a Delaware Cadillac showroom?
Well, look at the showroom. When you come into our showroom, it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
We have the brand new XT5 here, which replaced the 2016 SRX. We have Escalades, and the all-new CT6 sedan. You want luxury? That car epitomizes luxury.
Now listen, the Rev's always on the show, and he's always talking about how cool Cadillac is, and he's talking about when he brings his car to service. What can they expect when they come down to service?
Oh, service is our middle name. You come in for service, you're going to get a loaner car out of our service department. And it's not a loaner car like they do at Enterprise or Avis. You're going to get a Cadillac.
Wow.
You come in an Escalade, you're leaving in an Escalade.
Love it. Listen, let me ask you another deal. Now, of course, thinking about Cadillac, we're thinking about expensive, right? We're thinking about expensive taste when you're looking at a Cadillac. What kind of deals can somebody expect?
Lease deals. Lease deals is where the deals are at. We can lease an all-new 2017 Cadillac Escalade for $799 a month for 36 months.
That's awesome, man. So come on down and see my main man, John Danzy. John Danzy, what's the address?
1606 Pennsylvania Avenue, right off I-95, exit 7.
Exceptional service, first time, every time at Delaware Cadillac. Come see us.
It's your boy, the Rev. I'm here at Delaware Cadillac. Listen, I'm here to bring you the truth. Delaware Cadillac is the truth. Come on down. Come see us.
That's what I'm talking about. Come see John Danzy and the rest of the salespeople here at Delaware Cadillac. Sports fans!
All my dreams until the end of you. The cinema, I could watch it forever. Action, thriller, I could watch it forever. You are the cinema, a Hollywood treasure. Love you, just the way you are. The cinema, the cinema.
Fans, what up?
All the way back. All the way back.
Yo, man, we got a special guest in the building, Temple Hall of Famer Nate Blackwell.
A legend.
Give it up for him. What's up, Coach Nate? Good to see you, sir.
How you doing,
man?
I'm great. How about yourself?
We seen in the audience, Rev talk a lot of trash on how he would have dunked on you.
Oh,
We knew you
yeah,
had to
I
come
heard
up and represent him.
I was dunked on it.
So what's going on, man? What's new with Nate? What's going on, man?
Oh man, I got a lot of things happening right now. And I'm doing a lot of speaking engagements, trying to give back to the kids, telling them both sides of my life story,
Right.
the good and the tragedy, and trying to prevent someone from going down the dark road. You know, trying to prepare them for what it's really like to be a professional basketball player and everything that comes along with that.
What's it like?
Well, it's a difficult lifestyle. Everybody looks at the glamour, but the glamour is there. Don't get me wrong. I had a lot of fun. You know what I mean? It was a lot of fun. A little too much fun. But there's a dark side to any time that you are in the limelight and you got a lot of money. You got people that's pulling at you for the wrong reasons, and you become susceptible to a lot of peer pressure. What's going on at the time. When I was in the NBA, man, it was a lot of cocaine use. Like that was the big deal, and so everyone began to experiment with it and play with it, and for a lot of us, it ended up being bad, and ended up hurting our careers. So right now that's what I'm doing. I'm going around. I'm preaching and telling kids my life story, the things that happened to me, the good and the bad. Try to avoid some of the pitfalls that I had. Put it that way. So
it's known to say there's no success without a testimony, right?
Absolutely.
And it's a blessing to be able to give that testimony to some of these kids, especially not knowing. They see all the glitz, they see all the glamour, and then the opportunity come along when you can kind of help them. Maybe they might not go in that direction.
Absolutely.
You was drafted second round, number 27.
27 pick in the draft.
In 1987.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? David Robinson draft.
Yep.
Same draft.
Me, David Robinson. David Robinson was the first pick. Cadillac Anderson was the 23rd pick.
Cadillac Anderson.
And I was the 27th pick. And we all went to San Antonio, and we hung together, stayed together. David couldn't play, of course, because he had to do a 2-year Naval obligation. But he would come and stay with us on the weekends, and it was a great experience. Don't get me wrong. I had so much fun, and I had the opportunity to play against a lot of the greats, I found myself guarding Magic Johnson. That was like my idol coming up. I only had 2 posters in my room my whole life. One was George Gervin, and George Gervin ended up being the assistant coach at San Antonio when I was there. And so when I came up there and I met George, first thing I told him was, I said, well, George, they call me Iceman in Philly. And he said something, well, down here, they're going to call you Vanilla Ice. There's only one Iceman. You know, it was great. I had an opportunity to work with him and then play against Magic. So there was my two idols. I got an opportunity to interact with, and it was a great experience.
Yeah. What do you think? The level of basketball. When you see the level of basketball that's played today, and you played in the league, is there a significant difference to you? Is it the game completely different overall?
Yeah, the game is different, and the game is different today because the three-point line. The three-point line has changed the dynamics of the game. Right now, you have guys who are basically specialists at what they do. You know, guys make the NBA now. You got guys that play in the NBA can't dribble.
Right.
But they can shoot. You know, during the time when I played, you had to be more of a complete player because the three-point line wasn't such a factor. And a lot of the teams didn't even like you shooting threes. You know, like if you shot a three, man, you better be able, you better make it. You know,
During your time, you had to be a complete player,
Absolutely.
or you would get exposed.
Mid-range shots was the key of the day. You know, guys, you couldn't leave guys open.
No.
And I tell you, it was so much better shooting. If you remember, back in the 80s and 90s, they would give out food for every time the Sixers get past 125.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Well, no one would eat now.
Right.
You know, they ain't never getting past 125. You know, so it's a whole different type of ball game now.
Yeah.
You know, everybody could shoot. You couldn't leave nobody open back then.
Right.
Now it's mostly specialists.
Yeah.
Guys either are getting all the way to the basket and dunking, or they're a three-point shooter.
Let me ask you this question, Nate, because we're in the NBA Finals.
Right.
And how does Golden State look to you now based on when you played for Golden State?
Ron TMC, right?
I played right before they got
Right there, right before they got there, okay.
Well, I tell you what, they are, in my opinion, the best team far as if you want to teach somebody how to play, you tell them to watch Golden State. You know, they do everything right. Fundamentally sound, everyone can pass, everyone's moving, you can't concentrate on one person. The problem that Cleveland is going to have is they got to play two totally flawless games in Cleveland to beat these guys.
Yes.
Golden State had 20-something turnovers yesterday, and they still scored 130-something points.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's crazy.
Cleveland scored 113.
That's crazy.
And it was still a blowout.
That's crazy.
These
That's
guys
crazy.
got weapons everywhere.
crazy.
And LeBron James is being worked so hard because now with Kevin Durant being there and him being the primary defender on him, he can't help out. He can't get no breaks on defense like he had last year. See, last year he was guarding Barnes, and, you know, Barnes was having a terrible series. And they said Kevin Durant has already scored more points in the first two games than Barnes scored the whole seven-game series. And he helped off of him, so that stopped guys from driving, and he wasn't concerned about getting to Barnes. Now he has to stay with Durant, who's moving all around. And he only needs a second to get that shot off. And it looks to me like he got something to prove.
Yeah, he's
like
hungry, right?
He's taking it personal.
Like he's taking it real personal.
You know, he's actually scoring most of his points on LeBron.
Yeah.
So
I got to ask you a question because you just brought up a key point. You said that Golden State had how many turnovers?
over 20 something. I don't know exactly what it was.
How many? Now, John Chaney was coaching that team.
He was crying.
When he let you have 27 turnovers?
When I played at Temple, the 4 years I was there, we led the nation each year in the least amount of turnovers. We had games where we had 3, 2, 5, and he would complain about the 5. You know, so we averaged 9 most of the time. We somewhere between 8 and 9 for the season. But he was such a particular on turnovers that he was the first person that I ever even heard talk about turnovers.
Right.
Like, people weren't concerned about turnovers. You know, they just go up and down, you make a mistake, you make a mistake. John Chaney was the one that made that a stat on the sheet. Because at one time, it wasn't even a stat on the stat sheet.
Right. Wow.
You know, he began talking about turnovers, and they ended up putting that on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
But, you
History.
know, it's crucial to every sport. Football, baseball, you know, turnovers. A guy make a mistake, that's like a turnover.
Yes.
I mean, you know, low-scoring games. I watched the soccer the other day. They only scoring 2 goals.
Right.
So if you make a mistake and it leads to a goal, you done blew the whole game.
You done blew the whole game. And Nate, let me tell you something. When you were in, when you was in college at the same time I was in high school, I graduated in '87 in high school. So we watched you, Temple University, and we watched everything you did. Coach Chaney, what he did, our coach tried to beat Coach Chaney. You know, you're a smooth game.
Right.
We try to play like you're a little smooth game. You did. And I remember that team so well. I remember you so well. And one of the things that you brought in this area was the feeling like we could play anywhere against anybody.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I would just want to shout you out for that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to shout you out because I traded your basketball card for Mookie Blaylock.
Mookie was a good player.
I mean, we used to just trade basketball cards. It was the hoops cards. I just remember trading you for Mookie Blaylock, and I felt like I got robbed. You know what I mean?
That's right, man. You should have kept my card.
Mookie could play. Mookie could play.
Had a good career.
So I tell you what, Mookie was a darn good player.
Yeah, he was
so
good.
I appreciate that I could even be traded for him.
Right. That's good stuff, man. But on a serious note, okay, you get to the NBA. All right, things is crazy. You got lights, the glamour. What do you say to a kid? Everything he always had this free ride. College was good, high school was good. Finally get to the bright lights. What do you say to this kid? Is it the people you keep around this kid? How do you keep this kid focused when this happens?
Well, that's the main thing. The thing is, you got to be professional. You got to learn to be a professional. See, everyone doesn't understand that when they come in. You know, I don't care who you have around you. You know, some guys want their family, their friends, some entourage. You know, I can't knock what you do, but if they are around you, make sure they're giving you good information and they're helping you and not pulling you down.
That's right.
It's such a tough league. Now, when I played, it was 24 teams, 12-man roster.
Yes.
So you're really talking about the best in the world.
Yes.
Like, you didn't make a team if you couldn't play basketball.
Yes.
You know, everybody had to be able to play basketball. Now it's still great, but you're talking about 32 teams with 15-man rosters. So you got a little more leeway in terms of you got some guys in there that are there for right reasons.
Right.
And I'm not talking about none of the stars.
Right.
I'm talking about the guys we don't see. Number 13, 14, and 15.
Oh, yes.
He's making almost $1 million.
Yes.
And he's there because he's a guy that's doing all the right things.
That's right.
He's on practice at time. He's pushing the other guys. You know, I got guys like that played with me, like a guy like Rick Brunson. 9 years in the NBA.
Yes, sir.
And Rick went from playing sometimes to being on that what they call injury roster or whatever.
Injury reserve.
He was such a good person to have around. His character, you know, his professionalism in terms of being on time. He was an example to the young guys.
Yes.
You know, worked hard. First man there, last man to leave. 9 years in the NBA.
Wow.
So, you know, it paid off. But those are the type of things that you want to tell a young guy coming in. Watch the true professionals.
Wow.
You know, don't watch Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Because Michael Jordan gonna do some things you can't do.
Right.
He gonna get away with some things you can't get away with.
Right.
If Michael Jordan come to practice late, they start practice late.
Right.
So, you know, there's certain
It's
things.
something like this show.
So,
Nate.
yeah, Rev
When Rev
shows
come
up,
late, he starts the show late.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a big difference. You know, I once heard Coach Jimmy Johnson. He was talking about they were in a film room and somebody fell asleep and he kicked them off the team. And then they asked him, well, what would you do if it was Emmitt Smith? He said,
Wake him
I'll
up.
wake Emmitt up.
Hey, look, sports fans, we're excited to have, Nate Blackwell, man, excited to have you on the show. We
Temple
appreciate
legend.
that. We hope you come back and see us again, man.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Everybody call him Ice
thank
Man,
you,
but
guys.
family call him
Iceman.
Day Day.
My man.
All right,
All
right.
right, give it up for Nate Blackwell. Give it up for him.
There it is. There it is.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back with the truth. Sportsman!
Waking up from ashen dust, I wipe up my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. Whoa. Breaking in, shaping up. Now I'm just checking out the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse.
fans, what's up? I told you I was coming down here to Delaware Subaru. I came down and I met my main man, Dave Stanton.
What's up, Dorian? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Excellent.
Listen, I see why you guys are rated #1.
Thank you,
I
man.
came down here, you guys treated me like family. I appreciate that.
Well, that's what we want to do. We want everybody to feel like family, and we want to send them home in a great car.
What kind of models do you guys offer down here?
We got the Impreza, which is our small sedan, also in a 5-door.
Nice.
We got our Crosstrek, which is our small crossover. Then we have our Legacy sedan, Outback. Everybody knows about the Outback. You also have the Forester, which is our bigger SUV. And then the WRX, our sports car. Now, the really cool thing is every car is standard all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive. Now, what do you mean by all-wheel drive?
So all-wheel drive means every wheel has power going to it. And that's different than a lot of other manufacturers' all-wheel drive. Their all-wheel drive is reactionary. So something has to slip before it works. Where ours, it's already on. All power going to all 4 wheels.
That's incredible. So I guess in harsh weather conditions or something like that, all-wheel drive will probably be amazing.
Absolutely. It also reacts faster. So that split second might be the difference between you getting out of the way or hitting something.
You guys got a very good reputation. What separates you from these other Subaru dealerships that's close and nearby?
Well, one of the main things is our service department. We got a top-rated service department, and also our customer service satisfaction ratings are very high in sales, actually #1 in the area. And I get a lot of my people from service come over and buy cars just because of how great our service department is. We offer loaner cars.
Nice.
So if you buy your car here, you need a loaner car, but give it one.
When you guys are done with those loaner cars, what do you do with them?
So that's a great thing. We have a certified pre-owned vehicle, okay? Here's one right here, the Forester.
Okay.
So basically low mile,
okay?
This one's a 2016, so late model, and it comes with a 7-year, 100,000 mile warranty. It's been through a 152-point inspection, and also roadside assistance that whole time.
That's awesome, man. Listen, come down and see my guy, Dave Stanton, over here at Delaware Subaru. It's been fun, man, hanging out with you. I can appreciate that. Listen, 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue. Sports fans!
Game Changers, located on Route 40 in Newark and Elizabeth Plaza, is one of the only crab houses in the area. Now with a brand new patio for outside dining for many seafood dishes, featuring the best crab cakes in town, to shrimp, clams, oysters, crabs, you name it. Happy hours from 11 to 6 with a $5 menu. And you can get $1 colossal shrimp, $1 fried oysters, and all-you-can-eat crabs all day, every day. Plus, Bud and Corona Lake draft specials all day long. Game Changers, come down and see us.
Oh yeah, you my things. When I'm with you, I can.
It's your boy, The Rev. I'm here to bring you the truth. That's right, I'm back from Hawaii. We had a great time in Hawaii, and you know what I noticed? In the NBA Finals, remember The Rev told you before, the person that had to step up was KD, Kevin Durant. After 2 games, what did we see? We seen the best player on the basketball court be KD. That's right. KD has really stepped up his game and has really performed at the highest level that he could. He looks better than LeBron James. Yes, sir. I told you that before, didn't I? As he keeps developing, how far can KD go? As he begins to fill out as a man, will he begin to be able to post up? 7-footers shouldn't be able to shoot jump shots outside and drive. I think KD has a chance to be one of the best players, top 15, top 20 of all times. Let's keep an eye on this. I think we're going to a new level, a new era. I think it's KD time. It's The Rev. I'm here to bring you the truth.
Sports fans. The truth, man. I'm telling you. Come on in, Rev. I'm telling you the truth. I'm with you. You know, this could become the next Michael Jordan, if you would.
Oh, yeah.
It could become KD's time, and you know, we've been seeing
the torch, so to speak. Passing the torch. Yeah. When he dunked on LeBron, he about to pass the torch on him.
Right. Well, you know, when you're talking about, you know, a guy 7 foot tall and can play like he can play. I mean, I saw that guy shoot. I'm like, how is he making these shots? You know, but you know, if he gets on and continues like he's been playing this series. Going wait. During the stat man got a special.
Oh, I got some good stuff for y'all, man.
Yeah, let's go.
I think we got a couple minutes left.
Man.
Let's go.
We always talk about the Rocky statue, right? We always
Dumb Rocky statue. He does a dumb statue.
Listen, we're going to quiz y'all right here on Sports Fans and quiz y'all out there in TV world.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask y'all some questions.
Let's go.
About Rocky Balboa.
Let's go.
So let's go. Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Right?
He played Rocky Balboa. Is that the first question?
That's right. Famously broke before making Rocky. What item was he trying to sell before he got his huge break?
Who, Rocky?
Rocky, man. What item was he trying to sell before he got his huge?
He was a collector, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No. Rocky.
Was it? Let me think. Was it rare Muhammad Ali gloves?
No.
Was it his grandfather's World War II memorabilia? Was it his car?
You talking about
his
Sylvester
dog?
Stallone, or are you talking about Rocky?
I'm talking about the movie.
Oh,
It was his car.
Okay. It was his car.
It was his car.
It was his
It was
car.
his
He sold it to Paulie.
Yep.
You guys are wrong.
No. What?
Stallone was so broke he couldn't afford to feed his dog and tried to sell him to someone who could take care of him.
He did try to sell him the
Yeah,
dog,
the
but
dog,
he sold the car though. Okay, that's.
He got buckets after the fact.
I think you better go back and watch the movie.
Yeah, you better go back and watch the movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Rocky
they-
was written by what now famous actor?
Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
Okay. Burt Lancaster, Martin. You guys are-
Sylvester Stallone.
Come on, man.
You really gonna ask
Yeah,
him
that was weak.
Really gonna ask him that.
All right.
Come on, give us a good
All right,
one.
okay. Rocky debuted in what year? What was the year? What was the year when Rocky first came
76.
out?
1976.
Come on,
Man,
man.
you guys on it.
Come on,
man.
Hey, I'm from Detroit, man.
Oh, my bad. Okay, well, let's talk about.
All right, here we go. A couple minutes left. Here we go. When Rocky begins, Rocky worked for, what did he do for a living? When
He
Rocky
was a
first
collector.
Yeah,
He collected.
See, for the,
He collected for them.
yeah.
He was known as Vito.
He collected for the hand.
Yeah. He collected for them.
He collected with both hands.
You got that right. On what holiday does Rocky and Adrian have their first date?
Oh, that's a good one.
Valentine's Day.
Nope. Was it
No,
New Year's?
Thanksgiving.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Veterans
Thanksgiving.
Day.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Man, correct, man. Come
on, man.
All right,
Come
you guys
on.
top of this. All right.
For some, he go down and visit the statue. You know, he talking.
All that's on the
He go
statue.
down and
I remember the movie.
All right.
on.
Heavyweight champion Apollo Creed, he chooses Rocky as his opponent for what reason?
Because he was from Philadelphia, and he looked like Philadelphia.
Yeah.
All right, so here's that. Rocky and Apollo trained at the same time in the same gym. Apollo knew he was an easy win. Apollo wants a fight commemorating the U.S.
That's it.
That was it.
Give
That's
the
it.
unknown a chance.
Yep.
Apollo trying to win Adrian's affection.
Well,
That was the second one.
we
It was
got
the
to
second
skip.
one.
We got to skip a little bit of this because we got a
done?
couple things we've got to get in there.
What we talking about?
The first thing we got to get in there next week's show. We want people to know. Come on down
Come
here.
on, man.
You
That's
know,
gonna be
we
a
got
great
a great show next week. We got who's coming
Lig
down with us?
Greer, Lenard Stewart,
That's right.
L2 Exposure, and the one and only Georgetown legend, Michael Madman Graham will be in the building.
We'll be
You gonna have
Can't wait to see Michael Graham.
Be
I
here
can't wait.
at Game Changers next week. You want to be here, 7 o'clock, autographs, pictures, whatever you want.
Yes.
They'll be available for
Yes.
you. So come on down. You'll really enjoy it. And Joe, of course, your clinic one more time. if
Every
you would.
Saturday, 8 to 14 years old, from 11 to 12:30, right there on Route 4, Route 72. Me and Red be out there, weather permitting. Come on out, get some basketball skills and drills.
What I'm talking about.
We're gonna have some fun next week.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And of course, solid stats. We appreciate the Rocky quiz. Yeah.
You gotta come up with a Detroit
You worked hard
quiz.
on that, didn't you? Did you go over and see the stats?
Well,
this
let's
week?
do the Detroit quiz. How many times have the Lions won the Super Bowl? Your choices is 5, 4, 3, or none.
How about the Detroit Pistons, though, baby? How about the Bad Boys?
Well, the Dallas Mavericks have won a championship.
Yeah, they got one. Like my Sixers.
Let's do a Pistons quiz. Name the team that refused to shake Michael Jordan them hand when Michael Jordan them put them out the playoffs.
Hardcore, baby. That's Detroit. That's what we do. We gonna shake it for what? We're gonna shake his hand for. Get out of here. Beat it. Go.
You
go
shoulda-
play with
you
the
shoulda
truck.
got
Oh,
rock-
basketball, baby.
I wish playoffs was like
Rocky
that
over there
now.
with you.
Yeah.
That's why he kept him off the dream team.
I wish
Hey,
playoffs was
speaking
like that
of- speaking
now.
of, we didn't talk about the top 50 of all time because we got Greer next week, right? He's gonna
Yes,
be here.
sir.
His father was the top 50 of all time.
Yes,
And
sir.
he-
Hal Greer, the one and only.
Yes.
And we talked about that. Isaiah Thomas should have been on that top 50 of all time.
Of course. Come
Yeah,
on,
so
man.
we'll talk a little bit more about that and everything else, but I also want to remind everybody, big thing happened July 8th.
Oh, yeah, man. We having a basketball game. The
Yes.
Big Celebrity Sports Fans against the New York City All-Stars.
Sports fans gonna be ready, baby.
Yes.
All the way.
Looking for a couple players to jump on the team,
Yes.
get a hold of us.
Come on out, July 8th, raising money and awareness for charities in our community.
Yeah, and as Joe does each and every time with the I Am Focused team, and Is it Goodfellas? Did you get that off?
Good father.
Get that off, Rock?
No. Good fathers.
That's the other group.
Yeah, is that what it is? I knew it was
We
something.
got to pay them so everything will be okay.
Yeah. All right.
Only the Rams.
We got to pay them.
Until next week.
Everything will be okay. We pay them.
Until next week, be down here.
I wanna be like you. Ever since I was little, looked like fun.